Ilia Topuria and new. Did you get a chance to watch it?
To be honest, I still haven't seen the full fight because I was in the back for one, and then two, I just never really got a chance to sit down and go over the fights. But he's elite of the elites, man. He's so good. He's whatever he's doing it's just ahead of the game.
For him to finish Charles Oliveira in the first round, did any of that surprise you, though?
I thought if it went Ilia's way, it would be in the first or the second round. But if it went Charles's way, what Charles would have to do was basically make it a longer, grinding kind of fight. And I was surprised Charles wanted to be so aggressive. But then, that's what made Charles Charles. So I understand not wanting to get away from who he is. I think, Islam has such a big size advantage. And if he, distance kicks, takedown, rinse and repeat. If he continues to mix those things up, I think it would be a difficult fight for Ilia. But, from what I saw, it wouldn't surprise me if he was able to put Makhachev's lights out too.
Do you think Makhachev beats JDM?
That's another question. I honestly don't know. I think it's going to be such a close fight. It'll be a difficult fight, but I think Islam does have the tools. I think he has more tools, to be honest with you. He has more of the offensive tools. I think JDM's keys to victory are basically keep the fight standing and make sure your hands land. While Islam, takedowns, striking, he just has more tools to win that fight. So I do lean towards him, but it'll be a really difficult fight.
It's up in the air right now. Ilia Topuria, he becomes the champion. After the fight, Paddy Pimblett goes inside the octagon, some pushing and shoving. What did you make of that interaction between those two guys?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, just Ilia's performance was masterclass. Like, you can't deny that guy. He's very good, He's elite of the elite. As far as with the Paddy going in, man, I don't know why they did that. I'm assuming they want to give Paddy the title shot, and and I know Ilia wants that fight too, so it makes it a lot easier. It's almost like I feel like you're feeding the kid to the lions, but you never know. He might have something we don't know for Ilia, so we'll see.
You're saying feeding the kid, as in Paddy the Baddy, to the lions against Ilia Topuria?
Yeah, it feels that way. You're it's like a sheep to the slaughter, but you don't know that, because we're all fighters, and somebody's style may be so different or whatever that actually causes problems for Ilia. I genuinely don't know, but so far Ilia has looked unstoppable.
Who's most deserving in your eyes in the lightweight division to be fighting for that title next?
I think Arman, obviously, he beat Charles. He had a great streak. Pulling out of the fight the week of that kind of really messed him up. But I think he's probably I would say he's probably number one. Stylistically, though, if you think about it, I think a guy like Gamrot could cause some issues for Ilia because he can shoot. Not once, not twice, he can shoot until he finally gets you down. That could be something that's effective against Ilia. I don't know, but I'm thinking maybe that could be a trick that works. I don't exactly know that. There's the idea of Justin Gaethje because of his style. They would both kind of meet in the pocket, and it becomes who lands. At the same time, I still think Ilia seems more calculated with the way he throws. It's a really fun time to be in the division, but at the same time, I wish I was closer into the title picture. And, with that being said, I'm hoping I get somebody ranked higher.
Higher than you. That's what you want next. No matter what the situation is, just somebody ranked higher than you.
Yeah, that's all I'm asking for. This is going to be I'm thinking this is my last push to the title shot. Who knows? I never try to decide when I'm going to retire. I leave that in the hands of the Lord. But I'm 36 years old. I want to push towards that title. I don't want to fight people behind me. I've always given guys opportunities for people behind me. Like Gamrot and Arman. Now I want opportunities to fight ahead of me. because when I was on an 8-fight win streak, they actually used that. They said, "Oh, you're not ranked high enough," and so that's why they didn't get the title shot. I remember I had a conversation with the UFC, so I don't want that excuse to be around anymore.
If one of those three isn't fighting for the title, like, what do you think stylistically? Do you think it's a Gaethje versus a Paddy the Baddy? If Arman's getting the title shot, is it Arman versus Gaethje? What are you thinking here?
Yeah, so, Gaethje's talking about retirement is what I hear. I don't know if that's true or if that's just like a card he's playing, but if he's talking about retirement, if he doesn't get the title shot, so he's basically out of the picture, right? If that's the case, then that leaves just Arman and Paddy as a possibility for the title shot. So if that's the case, I think the UFC would pick Paddy over Arman personally, and so that would leave Arman to fight somebody back. So it would be Max Holloway, Dan Hooker, Gamrot, or myself.
But circling back to Ilia, what do you think would be the key factor to taking his undefeated record and beating him?
Distance management is really important, and fakes. You can't let this guy, touch you little by little and enter into your space. And once you enter into your space, he's very fluid with his ability to generate power. So you have to constantly be faking, never allowing him to set up inside, and mix in a lot of takedowns, mix in a lot of knees, mix in a lot of kicks, just to keep him at a certain distance and nullify his power. But at the same time, he can grapple too. He really is such a complete fighter. He's such a great fighter.
Max Holloway, he's facing Dustin Poirier next pay-per-view. Yeah. Dustin Poirier's last fight. Break that down for us. Who do you think has the advantages?
I think Max Holloway. Personally, I just think Max Holloway, just because, this is Dustin's last one, and he's just kind of trying to ride off in the sunset. I always have mixed feelings about fights like that. So I don't know. Maybe he's gonna have the best performance of his life, or maybe Max will pull it off. But for whatever reason, I get the feeling that it's going to be Max, and I don't have a how would I put it, like a scientific reason for it, because normally I have my reasoning of why I think one person or the other, but for this one I just have a feeling that it's Max.
And Dustin Poirier took Max's undefeated streak. He took his winning streak, and this is the opportunity. They've already fought twice. It's hard to beat a man 3 times. Yeah,
there's that to it. I just the second time they fought, obviously Max Holloway, it was kind of a short notice if I remember correctly, but I don't know why. I just think Max is going to pull it off this time.